Right, so perception is reality, and it's up to you to create one for your customers and in their minds. And in particular, what you need to do is obviously create a good perception in their minds so they actually buy stuff from you. So this is why I've put this video together, to help you sort of get off on the right foot and create a service page that puts the right type of picture in your customer's mind. So here's 6 magic spells that you can use to force them to buy anything, and you can use this in your real life as well, actually, with any types of products, but we're going to talk about just digital products here. So firstly, it's got to be self-centered. So you'll see people saying, we do this, we sell that, blah 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 blah. Don't use words like we and our, just say you. So talk one-on-one to your customer and tell them about what they're actually going to get, because they don't care. If, for example, if you're going to buy something online, you want to know what you're going to get from it, and your customers aren't any different, so don't talk to them as if you're a big company and they're going to be impressed or anything. They're not. Just talk about what they're going to get, alright? And that's really important. Second one, contrast. So show them why you're different. So you've got to show them why you're different to the other maybe 500,000 people in the marketplace. I think SEO Clerks has got about, I know it's got over 500,000 services on there, and it's got about 300,000 like actual individual sellers on there. So to stand out in a marketplace like that, you've got to really show a lot of contrast between yourself and what other people are offering. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sell something completely different, but you have to show contrast with things like anything that you can think of. Maybe the way you look, maybe where you're from, maybe your work ethics, your background. You know, you have to reveal to them why you're different from everybody else, alright? Next, it's got to be tangible. So what are the actual results that the customer's going to get on the other end after they've bought your service? Is it something that they can hold? Is it something, you know, you might think, well, digital services, they can't really hold it. But if you make them more money, the things that they buy in their life, they can usually hold. All right, so think of it like that. It's got to be tangible as much as you can, you know, rustle up in your mind and use that into your copy. Next, beginning and end. So it's got to have a beginning and end. Alright, make sure the destination is clear. So right now they are here with whatever situation they're in. So they might be on page 6 of Google or something, or they might be sitting there with a website that needs 50 articles. You've got to make sure that there's a beginning and an end to your service. So once we've done this, it's 6 days, they've paid the money, everything's going fine. After 6 days, you deliver to them, and then they have this, they have the end result in their hand. So make sure that they know that. This one next is really important, I think. That's creating visual stimuli. So how do they see their life after your service? I mean, literally, how do they see your life? I'll show you in a second my sales page. I use a lot of images and stuff that don't really relate to the service directly, but what it does is it helps people picture things in their mind, and I think that's really important. And it's a really easy mistake to make, actually, because a lot of marketers just focus on, you know, metrics and all these kind of boring things, but actually creating like a visual thing in their mind is a really powerful thing to make sales with. And finally, emotion. So you've got to try and find a way to conjure up either one of these 6 emotions. There's an argument there might be 6, 7, 8 different type of core primary emotions in humans, but I've just listed 6 here. So that could be happiness, sadness, anger, fearfulness, disgust, or surprise. Right? So anger can be angled in a way that you say, well, you know, the gurus have been hiding secrets from you. I'm here to tell you that you've been lied to, that sort of thing. That can make people angry, and it's a good way to make sales, actually. Happiness, obviously happiness is quite an easy one. You can sort of create pictures of how good their life is going to be after they use your service. Fear is another one that I see a lot of marketers use. For example, next year the economy, we're not sure where it's going to go. Maybe the economy is going to crash. How are you going to survive? How are you going to feed your family? Blah 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 blah. With our service, you're guaranteed to make money this year, right now, secure your future and all that sort of stuff. And that's usually how like insurance and stuff is sold, on the fear of what might happen in the future. You know, so try and conjure up some pictures of like emotion in people's minds. Right, so we're going to go over some sales page examples to show you what I mean. So this is what not to do. So you'll see this first example here is really unemotional. There's just nothing here that interests me at all. Alright, it might be a really good service, but as somebody that might buy this, well, I wouldn't buy it because it's not doing anything for me. There's no contrast in there, there's no tangible results, there's no emotion, there's nothing visual in there. It's just nothing. It does absolutely nothing for me. So what I'm saying is, don't be like this guy. Sorry, Organic Rank, you might be a good SEO, but this is terrible, and I can help you with this if you want to contact me. Next one. Right, this one's slightly better. Atlas Network, good name, blah blah blah. So this is a bit more professional. Obviously there's been some effort put in here, and he's got some results and stuff, and he's got an example of what he's going to provide in the service and stuff. It's not bad, but I think you can see the problem here. Again, there's no emotion, there's no contrast, there's no beginning and end, there's nothing. It's just very bland. This is what you get, standard professional, 80 to 100. There's nothing. I mean, it's just dead. So again, not the best example, but the first one, this one, obviously a lot worse. This is just terrible. Second one, slightly better, but still not there. And then third one, is mine. Okay, this is still not the best sales copy in the world, by the way. I'm not claiming it is, but it's done nearly $500,000 in sales. So if that's anything to go by, then hopefully you will you'll listen. So as you can see here, I've got, you know, pictures here, visual elements. We've got some numbers in here. When I posted that, it was what, 638,000 on this site at the time. Yeah, okay, so that's pictures of, that was me diving in Bali, I think it was. And then there's me and the girlfriend and the condo and that resort down the road. And there's my story, and we start out like a rags to riches story, which is completely true. And yeah, so I think you know what I mean here. Is I'm trying to, with this sales copy, I'm trying to evoke some emotion in people and give them a beginning and an end by using that story, and creating a contrast between what I'm offering and what everybody else is offering. Because if you, I won't show you now because it will distract us from the point of this video. But if you go into the marketplace and you compare my stuff to other people's stuff on the SEO section, when you click in the sales pages, there's nothing like this. They're all those generic kind of cartoon infographic type things. I'm the only one so far that has actually created a sales page like this, where it tells them who I am, my life, like how my SEO developed, what I'm doing every day, and and all that kind of thing. So there's all these different type of emotions in there, and I've tried to include those 6 stimuli that I just showed you in that slide just a couple of slides ago. And that is that. So let's move on over to another slide, and I'll wrap this up. So this is an actionable slide. Okay, so we're going to talk about mastering your sales wizardry and destroying the competition using what we've just spoken about. So what you want to do is you want to open up 3 successfully selling services in the marketplace that you choose, right? So it could be legit.com, which I always recommend, new marketplace, lots of things going on in there, lots of new buyers coming in every day. SEO Clarks, tons and tons of traffic, a little bit harder to compete with, but that's where I still have my stuff on there, as I've just shown you. So you want to open up 3 services that you'd consider as your potential competition once you actually do release a service. Then go through each of the 6 stimuli, or the 6 spells that I showed you in the second slide, and note down what they are doing wrong and how you can do it better. Alright, I think you can see what's happening here. Then all you want to do is use my $465,000 sales page formula template, right, which is closer to 500k now, but that was when I first released that template out into the market. So you can use that for free. A 500k sales page template, you basically put it over the service and you just kind of fill in the blanks, and then use these 6 stimuli as a kind of guide as you're writing your own stuff, and that's it. And you can use this, right, and you can use this on pretty much everything. So do this for every service that you ever release on these marketplaces. You might have gone through the video already, maybe it's a couple of videos back in this series, but there's a video in there that shows you all the different marketplaces that you can post your stuff to. There's tons, there's like 10, 15, maybe 20 in there. So if you do this for every single service that you put out on every single marketplace, then you can literally become a boss of that marketplace and of another one and blah blah blah, because there's not really many people doing this at all. I go through all sorts of marketplaces. This is my job. This is what I do every day. I audit people's listings, and there are literally like 1% of people put an effort into their listings, and those 1% of people, like myself, have put some effort into their copy, are the guys making all the money and dominating those marketplaces. So if you want to make lots of money and you want to have successful services, then this is the stuff that you need to concentrate on. So I hope you enjoyed that video. It's late over here in Thailand, so I'm going to wrap up this now, and I'll speak to you in the next video.